Trump humiliated at the Grammys by Bad Bunny, Trevor Noah, and Billie Eilish. Guys, I did not watch the Grammys. I forgot what I was doing. I was busy, but I didn't watch the Grammys. But I've been seeing little clips here and there all over social media, and it looked like it got pretty spicy during the Grammys. I'm excited to see this quick recap. Let's get into it.
I know that for Trump, any attention is good attention, but something tells me that what we just saw at the Grammys is not going to sit particularly well with him. The show opened with this dig at Trump's new #1 fan, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here.
Wow.
She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues.
While tap dancing. She's busy at the Oval Office, hand in hand with Trump, tap dancing. You know?
Actually, Nikki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nikki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby.
So while I'm sure it might have felt good for Nicki Minaj to have a narcissist slobber all over her because she gave him the affection and the attention that he so desperately craves, the reality is that the cost of aligning herself with the guy running secret police raids across the country is abundantly clear in that room. And to that end, the mood at the Grammys then turned decidedly anti-ICE, not dissimilar to the mood across the country. Here, for example, is Bad Bunny.
I'm gonna say Ice out.
I did see this clip. This was a clip I saw. I was like, okay, all right. Bad Bunny using his voice for a good cause. I love that.
We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans and we are Americans. Also, I want to say to the people, I know it's tough to know, not to hate on these days. And I was thinking, sometime we get contaminados. I don't know how to say that in English. The hate get more powerful with more hate. The only thing that is more powerful than hate is love. So, please, we need to be different. If we fight, we have to do it with love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man, he's right. He's right, bro. Like, it's very easy to see the hate that gets, thrown at people. Whether it's white supremacist rhetoric, racist rhetoric, etc. It's easy to see that being done to people, atrocities being done, wrongdoings being done to regular citizens, everyday people. It's very easy to hate that and find hate in your heart because of those situations. What's a lot more difficult is to turn that hate turn it upside down, make it something that it wasn't intended to be, turn it into a positive, in some type of capacity or another, and it's better. It's easier said than done. I'm not going to act like I'm any better than anyone else. At times it is, the knee-jerk reaction to challenge hate with hate. But a lot of times all that does is double down on the main problem, which is hate itself, in and of itself. We all struggle with that, some more than others. When people throw negativity our way, our knee-jerk reaction is to react with negativity back in return. It's much harder to turn that hate and turn that negativity into love and positivity in one way or another. Maybe not towards the person who's being hateful towards you, but, I'm not the best at trying to do this. I'm still getting better at it. So, take it with a grain of salt. But I know that I'm saying the right thing. And I agree with Bad Bunny in that aspect too. You can't defeat hate with more hate. You have to truly defeat hate with love.
We don't hate them We love our people, we love our family, and that's the way to do it. With love. Don't forget that, please. Thank you. Thank you, God.
And here's Billie Eilish.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Yeah. Yeah, stolen land. Thank you for that, Billy. Thank you for that. That's a fact.
Eilish.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Yep. No one is illegal on stolen
And-
land. Powerful, for real. And
Yeah,
truthful.
it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter. And I say sorry.
She said, fuck ICE. I feel that.
Here's Shabuzi.
Immigrants built this country, literally.
I have to fight back on that take because, listen, I am the son of immigrants, okay? I am the son of immigrants. They have their papers, they have their citizenships, they've been had them, okay? So shut the fuck up if that's your rebuttal. But I am the son of immigrants. I am an American citizen being born here in America, New York City, Brooklyn, but my parents are immigrants. They were immigrants. They immigrated here from Honduras, okay? So I am pro, not violating these people. Cool, maybe they're here illegally, go about it in a humane way. The way it's being done now and conducted now is not humane, but that's another topic for another, that's a discussion for another video. What I'm saying is this. To say that immigrants built this country is false, okay? Enslaved Africans built this country, okay? This country was built on the back of slaves, black people, African slaves, African Americans, okay? That's what this country was built on. Its GDP didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't just poof, and all of a sudden we're one of the biggest superpowers in the world, okay? The United States was built on multiple different cotton fields. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see. I'm not going to recite it off the top of my head. The point of this is this. I find that very disingenuous to say that immigrants built this country because you're not giving proper credit to the real people who built this country. And it wasn't the white man, okay? It was the black people who were picking cotton and being tortured and treated like complete animals, being called 3/5 of a human. You feel me? Out in the scorching sun for days at a time, being mistreated, malnourished. Give credit where it's due. This country was built on black people's back. For 400 years of free labor is how America built its status as a superpower today. Okay? So while I am the son of immigrants and I will never be pro-ICE, I am anti-ICE. I'm anti the way it's being done and conducted, treating people like complete animals. Don't get it confused with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is give proper credit to who it's due. And black people built this country on their backs. 4 centuries worth of free labor. Really let that sink in. 400 years of free labor built this country. Okay? So I understand the sentiment here. I understand what he's saying, but I also feel like it's disingenuous and it's incorrect. Okay? Immigrants did not build this country. Are they currently building this country and continuing to make America prosperous? Yes. Okay, immigrants come here and they do very good things. Okay, a lot of them come here to change their lives, and they do. But to say that immigrants built the country that is the United States of America is false. It is incorrect. It is disingenuous, and I can't go for that. I'm sorry, I can't. All right, black people built this country. 400 years of free labor built this country. I digress. Let's keep it going.
So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity, to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
Here's Olivia Dean, who won a Grammy for Best New Artist.
I guess I want to say I'm up here as a granddaughter of an immigrant. I wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated. So yeah, we're nothing without each other. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Here's Kaylani.
What I want to make sure that I say is that everybody is so powerful in this room and in this room later. And together we're stronger in numbers to speak against all the injustice going on in the world right now. Yeah. So instead of letting it be just a couple few here and there, I hope everybody's inspired to join together as a community of artists and speak out against what's going on. And I'm gonna leave this and say, fuck ICE.
I mean, hell, even the red carpet had a tribute to the protesters of ICE's brutality. Here's Bonnie Vare.
I want to ask about the whistle. Obviously, it's very prominent. What does it stand for?
It's to honor the observers in Minneapolis. You know, they blow the whistles when they see ICE come in, and they're there to protect their community, and they've been doing it for weeks in 30 below. And I think that kind of work, it's really great to stop here and to celebrate music and to talk about the power of music and to recognize each other. But I think the real work is in the streets of Minneapolis right now, and I'm here to honor them as well.
So why does this matter? Because politics is downstream of culture, and culture dictates the national mood. In the lead up to the 2024 election, there was a big backlash against progressivism in this country. You can disagree with the merits of it, but you can't disagree that it happened.
Yeah.
The whole reason that the Manosphere podcast exploded is because they led the charge for Trump and Republicans against the quote.
Yeah, the Manosphere became a place on the internet where men would get advice on dating and becoming a better man and workout routines and how to build your credit up and shit that was actually good. Self-development advice. It was actually decent. I was watching it at some point or another. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. I like this. This is teaching young men how to be good men, right? And then it turned into something completely different. It turned into a conservative, anti-Semitic, anti-black, type of echo chamber of idiots like Myron Gaines, the whole Fresh and Fit podcast. Andrew Tate came through with his stupid ass rhetoric. At times I agreed with him. A lot of times I didn't. Like, they just became this toxic group of like lil dick men who never got no cheeks growing up and just wanted to spew hate about women, especially black women. And it became, they started representing Trump and had a bunch of conservatives on their podcast. Andrew Schultz is another idiot who now is trying to backtrack and say, all we did was have Donald Trump on our podcast. No, Andrew, you had Donald Trump on your podcast while he was campaigning to become president of the United States. You gave him a platform. You publicized him. You fed him to your audience of people who follow you, follow your rhetoric, and you platformed this man. You helped him get into presidency. So to sit here and now backtrack, you feel me? Because you see what's going on with ICE, nigga, you helped, you assisted in this happening. You played a pivotal role. You have a large voice and a large platform, and you utilize that voice and that platform to put a tyrant and a fascist into the seat of presidency of the United States, okay? You did that.
Unquote, woke left. Now that's gone. In fact, those same Manosphere podcasters are trashing Trump on a daily basis. And now, far from those musicians remaining silent on Donald Trump, they feel comfortable enough to openly condemn him. That doesn't happen in a vacuum. And millions of people will watch this and use these messages as not only a bellwether for where the national mood actually is, but a permission structure to speak out themselves. I'm not here to delude anybody about the outsized impacts that a few celebrities are going to have in politics, but I'm also not here to pretend that what we're seeing tonight at the Grammys is happening in a vacuum. By the way, I know that Donald Trump and his fans are going to scoff at this and say, this is just some big liberal gathering and everybody in that room has TDS. Let's be clear. These are the people who Trump wants validation from. Trump's whole life is his desperation to gain acceptance into the clubs of people who don't want him. So he can pretend that he hates New York and the NFL and all the liberal elite high society whatever, but his disdain is born out of jealousy, not contempt. In fact, I spoke about that with Jim Acosta. Here's what he had to say. We often hear that Trump just wants to surround himself with these right-wing outlets, but the reality is we know Trump wants to be in these clubs. Like when he years and years ago, he wanted to own an NFL team and the owners agreed not to allow him to buy an NFL team. And he ended up buying USFL team and basically ran not only his team but the entire league into the ground. The league was I mean he bankrupted the entire. Correct.
It's the same. This is new information to me. I didn't know that. I had no idea. They didn't let you buy an NFL team, Mr. Trump. They was like, nah. That's before you was even president. He probably got butthurt over a bunch of different situations, them not trying to allow him to buy an NFL team, and then come to find out you joined another league because they was like, we not going for that. So you try to pivot, go elsewhere, and bankrupt that league. That's crazy. That's different. I had no idea that was even a thing.
Yeah. And so I'm curious about this because you're saying here that if the networks deprive him of the oxygen that they can give him, are you saying basically that even though he will rail against these legacy outlets, New York Times, CNN, ABC, NBC, until he's blue in the face, that in reality, he's really looking like it wouldn't be enough for him to just get attention from Breitbart and The Blaze and OAN and Fox News. Like it is, even though he rails against them, does he actually crave the validation from these networks that he so often complains about?
He absolutely does. And, there's some missing piece inside of his soul that craves this validation on the part of the mainstream press.
Yeah.
And I think, this is a vulnerability on his part, and it ought to be exploited, quite frankly. But on top of that, it's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do to stand with our fellow journalists. And this is not a time for people in, the networks and the brand name news outlets to be petty and vindictive and be like, well, so this person might say, I don't like Don Lemon and so on and so forth. That all has to be tossed to the side. We have to stand on principle here. And the principle is that the freedom of the press is not negotiable. It is not something that can be toyed with. It is not
like Donald Trump actually attempting to arrest and lock up journalists. And why was it 4 black journalists? Let's talk about it. You feel me? It was 4 black journalists that he decided to arrest. Doesn't the Constitution say we have freedom of speech, freedom of press? Isn't that a thing? But again, ICE is breaking constitutional rules. You understand? Trump don't give a fuck about the Constitution. He rallied behind all these Americans, but he don't believe in the American Constitution himself. He constantly, consistently breaks the rules of the Constitution whenever it deems fit for him. So he's a hypocrite. He's a bigot. He's a fascist. He's a dictator. Okay? If we let this man stay in presidency, we will become a modern day Nazi Germany under fascism. And we got to get this boy up out of here. That's the end goal. And understand this. You can watch the rest of this video. I'm going to leave the link down in the description. But this is the last thing that I have to say. Let me just fix this camera. Even if we do manage to get Trump out of presidency, right? Because his end goal, I think we all can agree, his end goal is to weasel his way into a 3rd term, right? Find a way to void any type of way for, him to be kicked out. And the thing is this, even if we succeed in that and we get him out of office, we get him all the way up out of here, he actually did something pretty good. I know. Don't crucify me yet. Hear me out. He actually did a very good thing because for the longest, America has been trying to pretend like its bigotry, its days of racism, its days of hatred were far behind. Oh, that's the past. We're not a racist country anymore. We don't have racist thoughts and opinions and rhetoric that we spew and right? Wasn't that the whole sentiment? Wasn't that what they were saying? This isn't a racist country anymore, right? When George Floyd was murdered, that's just a one-off situation. Okay, Tamir Rice, that's just a one-off situation. The country isn't racist. Oh, Philando Castile, man, it's just a bad cop, had a bad day. When would they ever have acknowledged the groupthink that America has? A lot of people in America have. Now it's out in the open. We saw who is for who. Trump did that. All the people that got behind him, all the people that rallied for him, all the people that showed up at his campaigns, all the people that were making videos about him, promoting him, all the people that platformed him, everybody outed themselves. Now we know who's who and what side of the fence you sit on. So yes, in that aspect, I do believe Trump did a good thing. Because now we can't pretend that this country doesn't have a lot of racism and bigotry embedded in it. We seen it. We saw it. He got y'all pretty emboldened. Okay? He had y'all with y'all chest puffed out. Okay? So even once he's gone, even once we get this boy up out of here, we still have to tackle the issue that there was a lot of people rallying behind him who share racist and bigoted rhetoric. Okay? That's the real conversation to be had. Because once he's out of here, that still is going to be a thing. That's still going to exist. Yeah, man. I'm just thinking, just thinking out loud. I've been pondering on these thoughts for a few days. I wanted to make a video about it and get these thoughts across. Maybe some of you agree with me. Maybe some of you don't. Let's have a conversation. All right? I'm going to end this video here. Hit me in the comment section below. Watch the rest of the video in the description below. And on that note, I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.